Hey guys, it is Karen, and I think I have my mic on today. So it is day 94. Day 94. I have a week left here, people. So I did spend a fair bit of time today. It doesn't really seem like I did, but I did. I don't know, more than a half hour. I don't know how much. An hour. I was listening to videos while I was catching up on videos while I was doing this. So I still have been working on this. Oh crap! It's getting really hard to move around in here, so forgive me. Yeah. Let me try to get this. I worked on the model. Let me turn this bad boy around. Okay, so it took me a while, but I was able to curve the ceiling. I was able to put an arched curved ceiling on here today. I struggled with this a lot. This took up a lot of my time as I was trying to get the SketchUp to, uh-oh, why is it slowing down? I was trying to get SketchUp to play nice. Now, part of the reason I keep struggling is because my model is janky. Like, I don't really understand geometry as far as like in this program, and I'm not an architect, and so I just have to kind of half-ass everything in. And you know, this is not for a video game or anything. It does not have to be perfect. It's just literally going to be like, you know, basis for line art. So that took me a while, actually. What is this at? Weird guideline. Oh, I know what that's from. Get rid of that. So that took me quite a while today to figure that out. And then once I did that, let's see if I can back up. Then I watched a video on how to make a staircase because I couldn't find one. I couldn't find one in the warehouse that would fit, so I made a staircase, and as you can see, it too is, oops, there's the inside of the, there's the outside, or there's the inside of the wall and the bottom, inside of the wall. So I made this staircase, and if I can go back under, okay, if I can go back under here and turn it around without like losing. Oh, I'm inside. This sort of reminds me of, I got a minor when I went to college. I minored in theater. And this reminds me of building a set. You know, you really just build for the shows, you build the facade and the interior, the actual, like, what the audience sees looks good, but the other side is just totally non-functioning, or, you know, it's just scaffolds and staircases and backs of flats and stuff. Anyway, so I don't have things lining up perfectly, and oh, come on now. Sorry, I'm having trouble navigating in here. When I created it, it's not, there's something off somewhere in here. Part of it is because this is all built on a curved surface. Even though I'm building on segments of the arc, of like really simplified segments, the geometry is just not 100% right. And so, you know, if I'm drawing this, I'm going to connect my own line if I'm tracing over this part and clean it up because it's not 100% right. So I have to remember that. I might not even use the stair. And I thought I had lined the top of my rectangle up with this, and I did not. So I could delete the whole thing and start over. But again, and see how it ends up being curved. It's like, because it's not, so if you look at it, it's actually, this isn't actually a rectangle. Like it's a I don't know, whatever that geometry is. Because this wall goes that way, and this wall comes in, this is a curved line in theory. If I knew how to make it all smooth and perfect, I would, you know, this shouldn't be like an angle here. It should be an arc. But that's way, way, way more than I need for this comic. And I am not going to learn. I don't have any desire to become a true SketchUp expert. Who knows? Maybe someday in the future I will. Oh, God. So it took me... So basically most of my time today was fighting to try to get the geometry... whoa, what's under there? I see. The floor. See here, you can see there's, for some reason, there's a gap. There's a gap here in the floor, and I don't know why. I'll close that up. I don't know what happened there. As I move things around and screw up and, all right, now that gap's gone. When I move things around and I screw up and I undo, and I sometimes, you know, do little, like, jack-ups to the, to the model that, this giant 300-foot circle. But what happened was I was trying to do this, like, section by section, and I was only trying to curve the sections with the follow me tool that was right over the part of the model that I had used, and it wasn't working, and it wasn't working, and it wasn't lining up right, and then somehow I hit something that made the entire, it followed the path around the entire structure with this arch, which is actually which is actually what I wanted. You see the arch underneath there? If I delete here, if I delete that thing, you should be able to see. Let's see if it will. Yeah. Oh, don't delete that. You see that? Uh-oh, yeah, I deleted that. Go back. This back wall, I don't really need it right now, but what I might do is get rid of these back walls. I made the tunnel actually go into the distance, so it's actually 3D. And it might be easier if I delete these so that I can actually see through the doors and I don't know, it might be easier to get around the model if so I will end up probably doing all that. Yeah, like this, I don't need this here. Right here, I don't need this thing, I don't think. Let's see if I can delete it without. Hold up, I can delete this. Can I delete this? Yes. So see, this is what I mean. If you've ever been in theater, this is what the backside of a set looks like, right? This is exactly what the backside of a set looks like, and then the actual. It just seems like I'd be able to get around the model quicker if I didn't have this giant like wall like right there. See. So once I build more rooms, and then this section, let's see if I can delete that out. Yeah. So, but you can see how this is my original area where I was like trying to do these by hand, and it was overlapping and the geometry was all weird. And then, like I said, I hit something and suddenly the whole thing took off and just went around the whole model the way it was supposed to. And if I had known how to do that in the first place, it would have been like a 2-second fix. But it took me probably an hour to figure out this arched thing. So let's see if I go over here. I'll keep this wall for now because I'm probably gonna, but yes. So I'm building a theater set basically is what I'm doing here. Oh well, I don't need this one anymore because these 2 rooms. See, hold on. Yeah, I don't need that anymore. So the question is this really saving me time? Now the only problem is that, see, without the walls there, when I have these, you can see right out to the infinite plane. But if I put like a flats, like if this was the theater, you would put the flats, you would build a wall, it's just a short wall here to close that in, right? So instead of having the massive wall back here, I just think it's easier to turn around the model like this and to put out little walls this way than it was to have this giant block. so let's see if I could do something like that really quick. I don't know. Nothing is really quick with me in this program. It should be, but... So if I knew what I was doing, I could... All right, so the problem is that in theory, I know how these things are supposed to work. So let's say this is a hallway. All right, so I want it to go straight back on the red axis. So I click this button and I hit the arrow key for the red axis, and hopefully it will stay on the red axis. Constrained line on the intersect plane. Is that what I want, or what is it doing? Oh, here. Okay, wait. Just give me a line, and then I want it to go straight up on the blue axis. See, it's weird. It's not working right. I just want to draw a straight line. I hate this program. I really do. Sometimes I really just do hate this program. I could just draw a rectangle on the floor and push-pull it, but... All right, let's try this again. So I want, starting here, and I want it to go on the red. So that extended edge, no, I want it to go on the red. The red axis. Why is it like going down underneath? Why is it doing that? Why? Constrained line intersect plane. That's not what I want. Extend the edge. So that's supposedly perpendicular, but I don't know perpendicular to what. So sometimes it's easier for me to, like when I watch these guys like do the videos on how to do this, it just looks so easy. So here's the line. So I want the end point or the midpoint. It's easier for me sometimes to just find midpoints of shit, and then I can, oh wait a second. I actually want to draw a line there. Midpoint, and then find the midpoint. There's the midpoint there. Okay, so now then I can, that's the midpoint there. I need to find the midpoint of this line. But see, it doesn't always pick it up. Wait, where was it? That's it. Okay. Uh-oh. You see why this takes me so long? This, if I knew what I was doing, this would not take me long at all. I would be like, because when this shit works, it like really works. And it's like super easy. All right, so then I'm going to find the midpoint here, and I'm going to draw it. Let's see, I don't know. Midpoint to midpoint. Now, if I make a, it doesn't really matter, but to keep it square, let's see. See, even if I want to just use the rectangle tool and like, see, it's not even making it, like, this rectangle tool isn't even working. Like, why won't it? Why won't it make a nice straight rectangle? Why is it doing that? There's some kind of setting. Escape. Escape. I don't want that. All right, let's try something. Here's like another trick I just learned. This might, if these are equal, so I click on this line and I will divide it by 10 segments, let's say, or 8. Let's do 8 segments. And it should give me 8 points. And then if I take this one and I divide this by 8, then it should be equidistant, and I can then draw a line in theory. Did it do it? Did it? Oh, fucking Christ. See, this is making me crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What happened here? Why are there so many points? I only want it divided by 8. Okay, undo, undo. Okay, this line, divide. See what I'm saying? This should be like, this should take me like 2 seconds. I want it to have 8 segments, 8. All right, now it does. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many inches is this? Just out of curiosity. Where's my tape measure? So this is in scale, you know. So this is 9 inches. That's pretty thick. I don't need that. Let's divide this by more. Not that it really matters, but let's divide this by. Divide it by. Get the line, please. Divide it by 12. 12 segments. Now let's see how many inches that is. 6 inches. It's like the width of a wall, right? Oh my God. All right, let's see now. We go to this one. We grab this, we take this line, and we divide it by 12. All right, now we should be able to take our line tool and take this first point here and line it up with that point there. And that then should give us, let's just see if that's equal. Oh, it's not quite equal. Why isn't it? See, it's not quite equal. It's 6 1/4 inches here. See, something's wrong. And it says 6 1/8 over here. Wait a minute. 6 1/8. The fuck? See what I'm saying, people? This should be easy. Why is this difficult? All right. I'm going to get rid of those. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I just want this to be equal. It doesn't even need to be that thick. I'm going to make it 2 inches. And I'm going to go over to the other side. Now I've got my point. It's because this shit's in geometry. Like, uh-oh. SketchUp doesn't like the fact that I'm using OBS right now. And then I'm going to get my tape measure out. And I'm going to go 2 inches here. All right, then I can take my line tool. Now, I'm going to grab this and I'm going to pull that up. Whoa! Pull it up. Keep going. Oh, shit. Where's my hand? My hand. Let's grab this. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. So this would be, if you were in the theater, you would put a flat right here behind this. And you'd put one here too, so that you need an entranceway, and then you'd put one like there. See? A flat to hide the doorway and make a hall. So now if you're looking in it this way, see? Now at least I have the back wall and I can like draw in with these lines if I need to shade my own self. So I'm not going to bother to do any more. But that way at least I know where the hallway ends and stuff back there, so, or begins, or however I want to draw it. But yes, it's just like building a theater set. Very exciting. So, and apparently that's a hole. No, it's not. It's supposed to be a component, but it's not showing up. There it goes. Some component I just took out of the warehouse just to throw in there. So that's what I did today. As you can see, I can only work on this for so long before I get like super frustrated. I need to work more, like this part here is getting to the point where if I'm going to use this as the shot, I need to extend this one more, and I need to start working on this wall. So I need to deal with this. I could maybe make another tunnel here, like this. I need to deal with this wall. I don't know what would be there. And what would be under here? Some kind of boxes. Or I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like, hey, whoa, there's a hole in the... There's a hole in the wall. Yeah. So I need to build another... extend this out and build another... one more here. And then work on this side. And then fill it up with people in accoutrement. And I'm not exactly sure like what I should do up here. Like in my mind, so in my mind, somehow these are maybe apartments or like other bars and things up top. So there might be windows or like overlooking this. And this would lead to other things over there. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's up there. I don't know why there's a catwalk here, except there's probably entrances to other things. I mean, it would make sense maybe if this was on this side, but, or if I had one on both sides, or... I'm just going to assume that off camera there is like more reasons for people to be up here. That this was just an entry point up to this walkway, and because originally I wasn't going to necessarily curve the wall, and so I built this before it. So that's, again, so you can see it's another result of my piss poor planning, that if I had maybe it's a catwalk access also to, like, you know, terminals and vents and shit, maybe, you know, there's all kinds of stuff on stations like that. So, so yeah. Oh, look, see, there's a hole. This is not connected up here. These are not connected. That is why I was able to, all right, I see. So see, around here, it did not connect, but this where it's connected was my weird attempt to stuff before I hit, and then it just went all the way around, but it didn't connect up here for some reason, which is fine. But I mean, because again, I'm going to be drawing and shading this myself, so yeah. Hopefully my sound is actually working this time. I mean, you know, also I could put guards up here. I could put, crikey, it's hard to maneuver in this thing. Maybe I'll put some armed guards up there. Maybe those two dudes up there will be guards. Or there will be a guard over here and these guys are talking. They were facing each other, but I guess they're not anymore. Those dudes could be talking. And, you know, the people in here, I don't like, I just need them for perspective, so I don't have to try to figure out how everybody actually is in perspective. So if I just place them randomly or whatever, then I can draw over them or next to them. Maybe that's what that... If I put guards up there, then we know what the catwalk is. It's just a place for the patrol to be up off the floor, keeping an eye on everything. And hey, hey-ho, problem solved, right? So it's a maintenance access and for the guards. And now I have a reason. So see, I just solved my own problem. It's believable. So I need to maybe put some like shelves or something in here with stuff that's on sale. I don't know. Yeah, because I'm thinking this is going to be probably the angle for the shot, and so I need to close this off or make another tunnel, put guards up here. One of these rooms is the place she's going in. This, I want it to be a cellar stall. Remember, I used to have an awning up here. These need to be windows or something up top, looking down, and maybe some more just knickknacks and paddywhacks need to go all around. So, all right, you guys. So that's it for day 94. I did do the work earlier today. God, tomorrow's Monday already. Monday, I have to actually work on client stuff, and I have to take my son for a doctor's appointment. He's not sick. It's just, you know, routine stuff or like school crap. And that's going to end. He has soccer practice later. That's all going to eat up time, so I'm probably not going to get to this until tomorrow night. We'll see. I'm starting to itch. Like, I'm starting to feel this set, as it were, now, and I'm starting to like want to finish it up because I think this is going to be a cool shot in the comic. But, you know, I thought about that about my other ones too, and then I ended up not liking them. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. At some point I'll work more on this thing because I feel like I'm getting close enough. Whew. I feel like I'm getting close enough that maybe I can start figuring out the top part of the page. But remember, then I have to create an interior, another interior. So after that, I have to do a club interior. And then after that, I have to make her apartment, like her hotel room or her apartment that she's renting. The apartment won't be very much because it's going to be really small, but the other stuff, I don't know. We'll see how the club. If only I was like intuitively good either at perspective and imagining three-dimensional spaces, which I am not. This is not, everybody's got their skills, right? These are not mine. Or conversely, I enjoy making these SketchUp models. I just don't like it when I'm fighting with the program. So if I could then conversely become really adept with SketchUp, I would be really saving a lot of time because I actually like when things are going right. I really like this space that I made. I mean, it's janky and it's not very good, but you know, I can start to feel it, like where I couldn't have, there's no way I could have mentally visualized this ever. And there are going to be like, there's people that are a million times better at like environments than I am. And there always will be, but you know, I don't know. It's cool. It's fun. I like to do different things when it's working. Usually though, it's not working and I'm just like stumped and I'm frustrated, but all right, enough of that. Right, so that's all I have to say about that, is that I'm starting to enjoy the space that I've created, the 3D space that I've created, and hopefully the more I do this, the quicker I get, so that I'm actually saving time with the comic, not taking forever. Or I just need to do something outside. I need to do comics that only take place in nature. So that's what I should do. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. I'll talk to you later. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.